Alright, if I ever had to teach anything to a beginner, it would be to teach them how to properly poke in Tekken. Poking in Tekken is by far the most important technique that you should learn if you want to understand how to play the game. If you're stuck in Fujin, if you're stuck in Tekken King, these are the ranks where understanding the fundamentals on how to use these things is what's going to make the difference between you understanding how to play the game better and you just being carried by your character's knowledge check or cheese. So learn your character's basic pokes. They are going to dictate how you play the game. They're going to dictate the flow of the character. They're going to dictate your spacing and your area of overall effectiveness. The skills that you learn with these pokes are going to translate over to each and every other character in the entire roster because they follow the same rules of playing small Tekken. Okay. Immediately 2-1. Alright. Wall standing pokes. That didn't matter. Immediately. We're going to disrespect the electric because we're not at the wall. And Kazuya is not that scary if he's not at the wall. Right? He's not Jin. He doesn't have a forward 4. There's really not much to be scared of with Kazuya other than like Demon Paw. And that's pretty much it. Just speed blitzed them. Alright, mainly because we did a little bit of shenanigans mixed with the poking. Right there I pressed a stupid button and got punished for it. I didn't punish that. That's fine. So he's ducking. He's expecting a low. Let me see. Ah. It's ducking there. Start. Nice. Nice. There we go. We fished out the counter hit with the string. Now we get a nice, juicy punish. Oh, we fucked up. Nice. We got hit with the scrub string. That should have been an instant low parry. We didn't punish that. That's a punishable move. The beauty of playing slow is that you get to see what they do, and then counter hits like that become a thing. They become a reality, right? Which is great. It's lovely, right? And then you get to create situations like this, where you get to put them in constant mix, because it's like, oh fuck, right? And it didn't cause you any risk. Right there, I launched him, right? He was wave dashing towards me, immediately keep out, right? And this is what every beginner should learn how to do because it allows you to slow down and see the game much more analytically. And it lets you learn the game a lot better, right? Sometimes you just have to hold block, man. Right there, Kazuya tracked me to the right. That's kind of crazy, the fact that that move can track. But, you know, whatever. It is what it is. God knows this character needs it. Same thing again, he got caught out by pressing when I did a string, and he got caught out again pressing when he was waking up. I messed up my Oki, that is fine, it works as pressure. He pressed when it wasn't his turn, and now he's dead. Yes, he is dead. Why? What happened there? He was too busy trying to press, and not only that, again, I'm slowing down my pacing and my game plan by focusing on the pokes. The main thing you want to do in Tekken 8 to learn and get better, to get to that next level, is to play around your pokes. Your pokes are going to dictate your character's movement, your character's spacing, right? They're going to dictate everything that your character does. That is small Tekken, right? That is what you want to do to get better. And to understand matchups better. Understand your game plan a lot better, right? Lars versus Kazuya, like, this is a matchup that is very much in the favor of Lars because Lars can pretty much do, again, I've said this once before, Lars can pretty much do everything Kazuya does with zero execution and just a lot of easier, what's the term? With a lot of better frame data, right? I have much better frame data up close than Kazuya does. Right there, Rage Art would have killed me, but he didn't do it. The mental stack, because he's not used to seeing me move too fast. I'm not punishing that. I need to start punishing Abolishing Fist. There we go. I do my own Abolishing Fist, right? It's a very powerful move that if you as a large player are not using, you are missing out. We step off the gas pedal for a bit. We see what he does. And then we immediately either try and punish or then we make our move. We wait for him to do something stupid in the neutral, and then we immediately capitalize on it. The reason why you want to try different mids is because you don't want your character, or sorry, you don't want your opponent to get used to certain animations, right? You don't want him to get used to animations, because when they get used to animations, they get used to your timing. They get used to your timing, they read you a lot better, and they become infinitely more annoying. Right here, I believe sidestep left would be my answer to all of a sudden start winning in the neutral instead of holding back. So we're going to start doing that. See? Right there. Nice. Nice abolishing fist. He broke the throw, so he was plus there. And I went for fucking down back 4. Nope, low parry yet, and I got launched. Nice. Very cool. But you see, my opponent is adapting, right? That's the beauty of it, because you get to see how your opponent adapts to certain options and how his very own timing shifts, right? And you get to see the adaptations. I was not ready to punish that. A lot of the times I just default to the easy while standing 2 if I'm not ready for the punish. Right? Sometimes I don't complete strings. There's a reason for that. You don't really want to complete strings. Oh man, I've been doing that twice already to close out, and he hasn't reacted to that. That's a weakness that you notice in your opponent, and it's something that you keep exploiting. Originally, that's not something I should be able to get away with, but I got away with it. And we're gonna keep repeating that pattern until he corrects it. If he doesn't correct me on it, then you know I can just keep getting away with it. For all he knows, it's a real mix-up. That's all that matters. -4 there. There we go. He gets to eat all of this because I'm in heat, so I'm very scary. I'm a very scary character in heat. He doesn't want to risk getting launched or eating an infinite flurry of 50-50 mix-ups. Okay. Oh, sidestepped wrong there, at the wrong time there. Yeah, that happens. Sometimes you're going to get clipped. That's part of the game. Oh, you tried to go for electric. Sidestep right. Sorry, sidestep left. Another reason why Lars completely poos on Kazuya is the electric God Fist just does not matter in this matchup. Not nearly as much as it should, right? Because Lars is crouching for half of the things that he does. I'm getting a read on the unseeable low. Problem is I'm punishing it horribly because I'm not used to punishing it that way. That is not how you punish that, but that's fine. Alright, he's learned not to press. I ducked under a mid. I ducked under a mid, bro. You guys saw that, right? I ducked under that mid. That's insane. I didn't know Lars could do that. Immediately electric after he's forced into crouch. That is crazy. Madman type shit. But yeah, this matchup is completely in Lars's favor. I genuinely don't think Kazuya can do much other than down forward 2. And I'm not doing the things that make it so that down forward 2 is an option. And even if it was, this guy hasn't shown reason for me to be scared. See, he's doing, I believe it's 2-1. That's minus. Minus as fuck mid. Down forward 2 is such a better attempt or punish in that situation, because down forward 2 literally gives him enough plus frames to guarantee another mix-up, and on top of that, on counter hit it launches, and it puts him at the preferred range for Kazuya. +6 there, so that move jails. Nothing you could have done there, especially with that spacing. We're trying to weave in our Lars bullshit with our basic mid pokes, and you're pretty much seeing how it all pays off in the end. That's punishable. We didn't punish. We get punished for it. That's what you get for trying to spam lows when you know something's punishable. That is safe. Okay. Toss these out because you literally don't stand to lose anything, unless you whiff it, of course. But you don't stand to lose anything from tossing those mids out. Size up. He's scared to press because that's another thing. That's another mind game. And that is that a lot of the times when people see a chip on block move, they are generally very scared to press because it looks very plus, right? But in reality, he's -9, dude. It's not my turn. But he's not realizing that my spacing is not there. I'm eating that. And you know what? He's right to keep repeating it. Until I react to it, he should keep doing it. Go for the low. We haven't gone for the low. Side step. Low. Mid. Mid. Low. See? We just did 2 low pokes and a mid poke. Mid. Mid. Low. Nice. Nice! And he got Abolishing Fist and he killed me. Very nice. Very good, very good. That's how that's literally just how Tekken is played. It's a string of 50-50s where you're trying to manage your you're trying to min-max, you're trying to get as much reward for your gameplay, for your option as possible. Alright, we get to play against another Kazuya in the same stage. Let's go again for more pokes. That should have been a punish. Ooh, really? On hit, he went for down 4-2. This Kazuya is crazy. Yeah, this is a nut Kazuya. Okay, we're at the wall. Not a good situation because now the electric is a scary thing to go up against. And we lost. Which 1 + 2? On hit, we get guaranteed mix. On block, we're safe. And on counter hit, we launch. Now we do shenanigans, right? And now to clean up the match, we're just going to play slower. Because we played fast for the majority of the match. He's expecting us to be fast. Okay. Technically, we could have launched him there, because that is -14. So we could have gone for the launcher, but I'm a goober, so. Risked it with a launcher. We go for it again. 14-frame launcher. Very fast, deceptively fast. So we got a lucky interruption there. Go for this. High damaging finish. Let's go back again. See? As soon as he goes into that electric, I am going to disrespect him. I have no reason to respect the electric in the neutral like that, because that +5, because of the spacing, it's not that scary. There's so very little moves that he can do that actually threaten me. Versus I have so many different pokes I can just throw his way up close. He doesn't have that many pokes he can throw, right? All his moves are going to be highs. I believe his fastest 13-frame move is like -9. So, yeah, like Kazuya suffers so much at close range. Wow. Jesus Christ. That was kind of disgusting. That tracking was actually kind of gross, dude. Fuck me. What the fuck was that? He should have stopped me there. But yeah, I feel like Kazuya is like the easiest example to do this against because he is a character that is very limited in the neutral already. Like, he only has like 1 real move in the neutral. Everything else just gets completely evaded by sidestep left duck. Sidestep left duck. Alright, let's try it against Steve. So we're going to try using a basic poke. Back 1 immediately. We get guaranteed mix. Okay. Okay, let's go back. Let's back up. Let's back up. Let's back up. Let's slow down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Just hold back. Just hold back. Don't stop. Just hold back. Right, get a read on his timing. Go for the mix. Boop. I didn't mean to do that, but he didn't punish, so we're safe for all that matters. Okay, back away. Low poke. Low poke. Ooh, nice read. Dick jab. Steal the turn back to frustrate him. Oh, I messed up there. I pressed back 1 for some reason. Ooh, nice. Evasive low. Alright, go into full crouch. Or sorry. Forward 4 1 + 2. Forward 4 1 + 2. Alright. He's plus, so we want to go for like the mash there. Some people will be too complacent with their plus frames, and you can get away with mashing. Right there, same thing. I whiffed. Oh my god. There is something called luck. I was lucky. Sidestep. No sidestepping. No sidestepping. This is Steve. What are you doing sidestepping, idiot? Jab. Let's go for lows. Steve's best friend. Lows. Yeah, we're spotting a weakness in the matchup. Lows. Right there. See? Being fully crouched is a massive weakness for certain characters. Steve is one of them. Like, he has very powerful highs. Strong, scary mids. However, his lows And the amount of highs that he has makes it so that low hitting high crushes does that to him, right? So down back 1 and full crouch 1+2 do a whole lot against Steve. They go very far against this character. And the fact that those moves guarantee mix-ups, you know, is very lethal because he's kind of stuck into dealing with my evasion, right? I don't have to deal with his evasion. I can just hold back, right? Because I'm playing defensively, I don't really care. And my mix-up is coming off of stances. Oh. See? Evaded. He has to take the low. Evaded. Evaded. Let's try again. Armor. And he's dead. See? Simple. Because of our poking, we've realized a key weakness in the matchup and in the character. Also in the pilot. He doesn't know how to react to my lows. Right? Because Lars has very knowledge checky low, especially after Season 2. See how I evade? Just by crouching, I evaded like a whole string. Okay, we take that full damage. Low. Gets punished. Let's take the throw mix. Oh, he stayed on the ground. That's very smart on him. Dick jab, because that evades a lot of his highs. That was bad by me. I should not have done that. But he should not have pressed there. Force mixed. Good punish. Good punish. Good punish. Good read there. So he's starting to catch on the fact that I have a lot of lows, and I'm not afraid to throw them. Might have to start delaying my timing. Yep, there we go. See? You see what happens when you start delaying? Your opponent defaults into, oh, it's my turn. Let me just take my turn back real quickly. But no. But the Steve matchup is pretty much either, do you know when to duck him, and do you know when to punish him? There's no really stepping him, and there's no beating his highs. Or, sorry, high crushing him. Go, we got that. See, he's sidestepping. He's doing something very, very smart, which is sidestep right, duck. Very smart. Super smart. That's a way to try and option select Lars. 1-1-1. That whiffed completely, but he didn't punish. 1-1-1 is so OP. That's -12, so if you're not fast enough, you're not getting no goddamn punish. Same mix-up. See? Wall standing mix-up, what did I say? Wall standing 2 into Sen 1. Mid-mid. He fell for it, because he's expecting the low. Doesn't know how to punish the -25 fucking low. But hey, I'm in the same boat. 2-1. 2-1 travels so far that it hits Steve. Right? 1-1-1. Crouch. Slow yourself down. He's going for dick jab. Dick jab gets beat by a bunch of options. But there's one option that will always beat dick jab out of all the wall standing mix-ups. And is that wall standing 4. Now, when I add wall standing 4 into the mix, now dick jab doesn't work. Now anything that he tries to do out of those mix-ups is not going to work because wall standing 4 is too fast. But he's defaulting to dick jab. We're going to throw out this weird funky low. And when you throw out a funky move, a lot of the times it's going to lead to explosive results because they're not going to know how to react to something new immediately. Granted, neither are you, as you can see, or at least neither are me. But, you know, you are a better player than I am, of course. Let me see if I'm right on the read. Back 1. Back 1. He's not pressing anything after down 3. You know, he's not that dumb. +4. Oh, he stepped the right way. I like that. I like that. He went sidestep left there. Oh, too bad you committed to a high string. And it got obliterated by Lars. You know, sometimes you just get absolutely obliterated by a high crush. Complete the string. See? Oh. Oh, baby. What a read, baby. Didn't matter. Didn't matter. He got us into Feint Trap. And we die. We're dead. Good job. Fantastic reads by him. Yeah, this is a fun Steve. Very cool Steve. He's adapting. This is the whole point of Tekken 8. Or Tekken in general. against the Lili, this is interesting because now, remember the back one option? The back one option is very, very powerful here. This matchup is not favorable for Lars whatsoever, because Lars is generally a somewhat linear character, but back one is going to do a lot here, alright? Right there, see, we go into stance, we're going to get launched. This guy knows. This guy knows. He knows. Right? He knows to punish the Lars stance BS. What just happened there? Lili's one of those characters that has just a lot of weird movement shenanigans. And as with Steve, the lows were really good. Against Lili, the lows are really bad. You don't really want to go into low options with Lili too often or too predictably, because this character has ways of absolutely obliterating your lows worse than Lars, like, right? So you really, really, really do not want, I think we kill here. You really don't want to toss out random lows against Lili. You don't. Same way as that linear moves are kind of tough to throw out against Lili, so that's where your back one comes into play. Back one is going to be your workhorse in this matchup. That is punishable, but I keep forgetting to punish it. I'm a knower, not a doer. See, she controls the neutral quite a bit, so your much slower mid counter hit launcher is not actually going to be a good option here, right? You're going to have to go into your fast options to try and beat her while she's in the neutral. 1-1-1, she doesn't why does she keep pressing after that? Tracking, fast move, low. Look at that step, dude. I'm so jealous. Lili gets to play a 3-dimensional fighting game while the rest of the cast have to play fucking Tekken 8. Isn't that crazy? There we go, nice. Got a nice little counter hit. Shadow Cutter has super good tracking to both sides. See? My jab is not fast enough to catch her there. Any other character, my jab tags them. The lows as well. There we go. Oh my lord. Yeah, she's dead. So she is trying to sort of option select her lows. So she's trying to react to those lows after she gets hit twice with them. So we know we hit 2 of them. Right? And then we hit 3 of them. She's fuzzing the mix. So if whenever they fuzzy, you just have to delay it. Because if you're hell-bent on reading the Lars mix-up and not option selecting, then you just have to, you know, you have to delay it. I don't know what she's doing, so we're just going to Rage Art. I don't know what the fuck she was doing, so he's just Rage Art at that point. Right there. Now we're just going to do little shenanigans until she decides to go into one of her panic options. She doesn't panic. Most Lilis would have panicked there. Yeah, they panic Matterhorn, hop kick. Not this guy. This guy said, fuck you, I'm reading you. Too bad, though. We're going to kill him here. But, you know. Guy went for the super ballsy low parry. Interrupting Lili is a problem. Back one. Back one. Have you noticed that a lot of the times when I go into back one, it hits? Right? Tracking. She's evading that. She's at the wall. I fucked up. That was a launch. That was a launch that I messed up. Again, low parry. That is ballsy, dude. Nope. She's going for the low. Low parry again. Okay. She's let us know that if I go for a low, she is going for the low parry now. She wants me to feel the punish so that I don't go for lows anymore. That's fine, right? Our mids are very safe. Our mids are extremely safe, so I have no problem going for that. Wow, she got launched there. Didn't even realize. She was doing so many backflips. There we go, same thing. Counter hit launch again. There we go. Wall running one. Wall running one is another perfect move to poke with, but you gotta learn how to space it out, because it is a very slow high. Bang. This tracks. This tracks. That tracks, because I'm too close. Oh, wow, she went into the do step. Bad. Good punish by her. Jesus. Jesus. It's good. Good pressure, man. Clean. Back one. Bag one. Bag one. Bag one. Low. Mid. Low. We haven't put her in that situation, so that's why it worked. Mid. Mid. Low. Mid. Holy shit, I should have gone for the tracking mid. That's a safe on block. Power crush, I believe. Doesn't matter. Low, low. We can get someone else. We got Kazuya, we got a Steve match, and we got a Lili match. I think we got 2 Kazuya matches, did we? That's a low heat smash. Annoying. Holy fuck, what was even that? Just shenanigans, dude. Lili shenanigans. Go for the punish. Low, low. Ha. Finish the string. Yep. Yep. Go for the big damage. Kablowy. Didn't go for the punish. Oh. Oh, what is this? What is this? Whoa, no reaction, dude. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I'm playing like a goober. Yeah, that shouldn't have worked. Playing like an absolute shitter. Not reacting to a snake edge, man. 30 frame low, dude. A lot of the stuff that I'm letting slide here is just matchup knowledge stuff. Right there, they didn't know what to do. I just wanted to leave and go to the next matchup. This guy's really good. He's a really good player. All right, Fahkumram. Let's see if we can get some good closing matches here. Playing around our pokes. And Fahkumram is actually another good character to go into because he's one of these heavily flawed characters that is either well-designed because he's very weak. Or not very weak, but he's very weak for Tekken 8 standards. Mid. Oh, look at that. See? We're adding pokes with clean stance play. We're not really doing anything that's too crazy or committal. He can't really blow us up for anything that we're doing. That's punishable, so we're going to punish that immediately. Expeditiously, my friend. Uh-huh. Sidestep. Oh, we could have gone into something nasty there. Oh, he whiffed. He failed to... Oh my god, I fucking missed the combo horribly. But we're hitting that forward 1+2. That's a very important move for Lars. Forward 1+2, yeah. Very important move for Lars. Oh, we punish. Nice. Oh my god, he really likes that low. He's got that Doffy. Oh fuck, he's got the Doppelganger fucking cosplay, dude. Move is way better than mine, I can't. Oh, sidestep kills him. Jet kick kills sidestep left. But sidestep left might be the best thing to do against this particular Fahkumram. Got us with the Oki mix-up. So far, he's committing to some very crazy options. So right now, us playing more conservatively might actually work better in our favor. What am I doing? What is wrong with me? Dude, I am such a shitter. +1 there. Nope. Nope. No. Oh my god, he's eating the beat. Oh my lord, what is this guy doing? Yeah, he's playing very risky. He's sticking his neck out when he doesn't need to. Yeah, he's playing extremely risky. Going for the throw that launches. That didn't... Are you kidding me? I need to practice those combos, man. 1, down forward 3. Again, this guy's playing like a nut job, so all these options are gonna work. Right? We know how he's playing. We know why when he's pressing. So when we go into the high committal options, he's going to get murdered by them. Let's go into the poking options again. Back 1. Immediately. Back 1. Oh, nice. You got me with a down forward 2. Meeting a nasty combo here. Nice, Rama stance punish. We're safe here. Unhand me. Oh, what? But you've noticed something. He's playing like a nut. So what happens when all the options I'm defaulting to, the mid pokes I mentioned, these very safe mid pokes are now all of a sudden super powerful. As soon as he approaches me, forward 1+2. I'm already pressing 1 button forward. I was scared to press. It doesn't get much out of it. Don't touch me. Oh, what a whiff. Nice, low. But you're starting to see... Yes, there we go. Unseeable 50-50. What a whiff, man. I can't commit after that. That's such a bad combo, too. Nice, okay. Enhance 50-50. Nice. Very good read there. Let's go for a power crush. Why not? He's only +1 there, so we don't really care. We don't really give a shit. He ate a -5 on block mix-up for no reason. But again, that's fine because again, when you're poking them, when you're hitting them so often, a lot of the times they're not going to be paying attention to the stuff that hits them on block. Right there, that's punishable. That's on me for not punishing it. He pressed at -9. Insane work. Okay. He's going to do it again. See? That's the type of player he is. And you can pretty much tell how everybody plays. When you slow down, you play around your pokes, you pretty much have a tell for how these players are. See? He's trying to guess when there's no guessing to be done, right? You don't need to guess there. You just need to react. Right there. Immediately defaulting into a panic option. This is crazy. Yeah, this guy's a Fahkumram. I've played Fahkumram, and for me, Fahkumram is a hard character. It doesn't click. This guy's not doing this character any justice. How are you God of Destruction with Fahkumram? I do not know. You actually need to be very clean with Fahk to play him well. You need to be super clean, because everything he does is punishable. Yeah, goodbye. Alright. So immediately, the first thing, general rule of thumb with pokes, for example with Lars, you're going to have your go-to high pokes, your mid pokes, and your low pokes, right? Usually, depending on the character, some characters have way more high pokes than others. Some characters have way more mid pokes than others, or way more low pokes than others. And some characters have much higher rewards for their mids and their mid strings and mid pokes. A lot of their mid pokes tend to have strings, right? Fahkumram is a perfect example of a character that plays around strings, where as for Lars, he mainly just plays around big buttons as opposed to playing around strings. And all these things have their pros and cons and their own differences. So it all revolves around your pokes. Let's start off with your go-to mid poke. Usually going to be your down forward 1 for most characters. You're going to have your 15 frame pokes and your 15 to 14 frame pokes. These pokes are going to be more of your faster, higher risk reward mids that you're going to toss out. Some of these are going to be counter hit launchers, natural hit launchers. They're all going to have different qualities to them. Then we're going to go towards the highs. These are going to be your fast moves, your high pokes, or your high punishes. These moves are basically going to be the ones that are in charge of controlling your space defensively, right? These are going to be moves that are going to take up space for you in the neutral, and these are going to be buttons that you press to take up space, right? That you're going to use to sort of interrupt your opponent whenever they press silly buttons. So these are going to be generally for Lars, this is 1-2, his regular jab, his 2-1, because his 10 frame punish is very powerful. You can just toss this out a lot of the times. It's -6 on block. A lot of the times these moves are going to be very safe. And for your low pokes, Lars has down back 1, right? Down back 1 has its own little shenanigans. And full crouch 1+2, right? These are going to be your low pokes. Okay, now let's actually get into why is poking so important, right? Now let's talk about these pokes and how they interact with the character. So on hit, let's just go with Lars' most basic pokes. Down forward 1, +5, immediately. Your +5, what does that mean in Tekken? It means that he cannot step, right? Right here, everything that I'm going to do that is within 10 frames, which is the fastest move, is unsteppable. He can't step it. I'm +5. He tries to armor, rage art, my jab beats him. And if my jab beats him, 1-1-1 hits, counter hit, heat engager. Or 2-1 hits, guaranteed 50-50 mix-up. If your opponent is wary of this, and he knows that these are the options that he has available to him, immediately he's going to hold back. He's going to want to block, right? What happens? Oh, on hit, you block the mid. Okay, now I'm going to go into the low. right? You're holding back. Let me just hit you with a low. Opened you up. You got hit with 20 damage. I'm +3. Now you're put into another guessing game, right? This is not a mix per se. This situation here is like more of a guessing game than anything, because it depends on what the Lars player wants to do here. There's plenty of options both players can go into, and there's no real definitive counterplay in this situation. Lars has advantage there. Be wary of that. However, his advantage is not so much that you're completely helpless. Immediately off of down forward 1, that's what happens. That's how basic frame data works, off of the basic mid poke. How is down forward 1 on block? Down forward 1 on block is a whopping -3. What does that mean in Tekken terms? -3 means I can step, right? I can step to your weak side and evade whatever bullshit you throw mindlessly on instant timing. If you happen to delay your timing and then press a button, you could tag me, right? But by that time, if you mistime it, I could just be holding back and be safe again, right? Because you can cancel your sidestep pretty quickly in this game. This is the why you want to have a good down forward 1, or why you want to use down forward 1, and how you would use a down forward 1, right? That's very general for almost every character, with a few exceptions being, I believe, Fahkumram and Kazuya, because Kazuya has a 15 frame down forward 1, and his down forward 4, I believe, is his 13 frame mid, and that move sucks. It's like -7, -8, -9, some crazy shit like that. Fahkumram is in the same fucking boat, where if he wants to have access to -3, he has to commit to a mid-high. The high pokes are pretty much the same, right? High, -3. This is a high mid. High mid is a very, very rewarding string for Lars, and he is -8. So what does -8 mean in Tekken standards? -8 means I have to eat a mix-up, because I can't step. Lars can't step here. I'm glued in front of you. This is where timing comes into play, right? Where you have to know the frame data of the character here. So if my opponent doesn't know I'm -8 here, he thinks I'm probably -5, -4, -3. So he's going to delay. He's not going to be ready to react to this animation. And therefore, I can get away with sidestepping. I can get away with high evasion, right? I can get away with fucking slow-ass moves, right? A very common flowchart that I like to do is 1-1 into down back 4. Ridiculous flowchart that usually works. Opponents that aren't thinking so much and are playing on instant timing, which is basically mashing immediately as it's their turn, and they're predicting it's their turn, these type of strats don't work. If you're going up against someone that is just holding back constantly, these strats work wonders. 2-1. This move, I have a guide on this fucking thing, on this fucking string. We're not going to talk about this string. When we talk about the lows, right? -12, right? This is ideally what you're looking for a low. Number 1, it's unseeable, 17 frames. Number 2, on block, -12. The only thing he can punish me with is while standing 4, right? So he doesn't get much of a punish from that. He basically gets the equivalent of a down forward 1 off on me. A full crouch 1+2, same thing, right? Follows the same properties. The only difference is that it's a little bit slower because you have to be fully crouched. So technically, the fastest, this is going to be like 21 frames, right? So it's technically seeable. As soon as you see me crouch, you can expect it. And I could misclick and do Earth Battery and get absolutely murdered. This fucking low sucks. Those are the qualities of your basic pokes that every character should have access to. And learning how to use these moves and space your offense around them is going to make a big difference. Just using the basic moves that I just give you. You can literally climb all the way up from Garyu to Fujin just using these moves and mastering these moves. Not even joking. Also, your basic launchers as well. But realistically speaking, there's not much of a risk compared to a whole lot of other stuff that you could do in these situations. And again, if you're going to stick out your neck, might as well do it on a normal hit launcher. So, yeah. Pokes really are just the foundation of the neutral. The little hits are what pretty much get you to control the game and get you to understand what to do on defense and how to read your opponent, how to read the character, how to understand the character and your opponent. That little stuff is what actually gets you to win your matches. So if I had to give you any drill or anything to practice to get good at these things, realistically speaking, all I could really say is get out there and get to playing. Go to the Tekken Lounge, go to Quick Match, doesn't matter. Go to Rank, doesn't matter. As long as you're getting experience and playing around with the basic fundamental pokes of your character so that you can understand how to play small Tekken so that you can later then play big Tekken. One tip that I would give you is to write down on your notes these key moves or key pokes down. You're then going to go online and you're going to practice landing each and every one of these moves consistently, because all of these moves pretty much dictate how your character is going to be played, and they're going to help you develop the play style that is eventually going to take you all the way up to the high ranks in Tekken 8. So that is the go-to fundamental rule that I would give any basic player, because when you learn how to poke, you understand the importance of spacing, you understand the importance of whiff punishment, you understand the importance of sidestepping, because understanding how the little frame data affects your character's steps and how it affects your certain matchups that you're in as well. And it's all centered around poking. Master poking, and you're going to understand so many different facets of Tekken. That's just my 2 cents. That's what I believe, and that's how I guess I would teach a brand new beginner get into Tekken. That would be the main thing I would tell them to focus on. Apart from the very obvious, learn how to do proper backdash, learn how to get comfortable with the movement and whatnot. So yeah, if this video helped you, or if you like listening to the beautiful sounds of my voice, click a like, subscribe, and stick around. Yeah, see ya.